Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I'm here today because it is Thursday and it's BookList Thursday. BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today we're going to continue on with our month of must reads. And so we have another 5 books that we are telling you we are trying to shove into your hands and saying you've got to pick up these books. So today we're kind of focusing on like the new releases. And I know that new releases can be tough, right? Because there's a lot of hype around it. And are they really worth the hype? Are they not worth the hype? Should I be getting it when I have this huge backlist of books sitting right here? So here are 5 books I think you must read sooner rather than later that have pretty much just come out. And we're thinking like in the last year that have just come out. My 5 actually have all come out in 2023. So first one I want to talk about, a couple of them came out at the beginning of the year. Some of them haven't come out yet, but definitely worth pre-ordering. First one I want to talk about is Ghost 19 by Simone St. James. This is a short novella, short story. It's, I believe, only available on Kindle. And I want to say it was Kindle Unlimited even. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. But it's a short one. It's super quick. So if you're looking for something to get through fairly quickly and you want a good little scare, this is fantastic. So as we know, Simone St. James is like the queen of telling the good ghost story. And so Ghost 19 does follow a pretty decent ghost story. I would have liked a little bit more, but knowing it's more of a short story, just go in expecting it's a short story. So it's going to go pretty quick. I don't want to spoil anything. So we're just going to say go into a blind. It's a ghosty, creepy, wonderful Simone St. James story that is definitely worth picking up. Next one I want to talk about also came out, I believe in the beginning of the year, January, I want to say. All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. Just finished this not that long ago. Oh, it's so good. Stacey Willingham also wrote A Flicker in the Dark, which I read, I want to say last year. Also enjoyed, but I feel like I really like this one even more than A Flicker in the Dark. All the Dangerous Things follows our main character, what's her name? Isabel. And her life has been changed forever when her toddler son Mason ends up being kidnapped in the middle of the night. She wakes up, he's gone, the window's open, and hasn't seen him. It is a year later, and she's still fighting to figure out what happened to her son. She feels like she's the only one that's keeping this case alive. She's constantly checking up on it. She's doing talks everywhere and anywhere she can to try to figure out what happened. So we get a little bit of backstory as far as what has happened in her past, how she met her husband, kind of how this family came together that led up to this really, really tragic event. So fantastic read. I flew through this book. I could not put it down. It was so good. Like I said, much better than Flicker in the Dark, in my opinion. Next one I want to talk about actually comes out May 23rd, I want to say, next Tuesday. It is The Senator's Wife by Liv Constantine. So Liv Constantine is this amazing author duo who writes these books that just has you so deep dived into the story, and then all of a sudden they come up with this wallop of I don't know, this craziness comes out of nowhere. So this one follows a couple who's newly married. Our main character is obviously the wife of the senator. They have a really tragic past where they both have lost their previous spouse in just a very, very sad way. And so they are newly married, new relationship, and our main character, of course I can't think of her name, is battling an autoimmune disease. She has to go through some surgery to have a hip replacement she's really struggling with movement during these days. And so she goes through the surgery knowing that she could potentially have a harder time recovering. And so knowing that, they hire basically an at-home nurse to assist her, not only with her job running this charity foundation, but also with her recovery. And instead of getting better, she starts getting worse. And we go from there, and it's so good. It's so good. I read that one really, really quick as well. Next one I want to talk about, I feel like I've talked about these last 2 a little bit, probably much lately, but I can't stop talking about them. We have Abby Jimenez, Yours Truly just came out not that long ago in April. So Yours Truly is kind of a companion novel to Part of Your World. Do you have to read Part of Your World before you read yours truly? Not necessarily. I just like the flow that Abby has put up with these companion novels and reading them in that order, but you do not have to. Yours truly follows our two main characters. We have Dr. Brianna Ortiz and Dr. Jacob Maddox. They are both working in the same ER together. Dr. Maddox is fairly new to the department, and they don't really kick off their relationship in the greatest way from the beginning. It's a little bit of a disaster. And so in order to kind of rectify that and connect a little bit better as coworkers, Jacob starts writing letters to Brianna and they kind of write back and forth and we go from there. And Abby does such a fantastic job showing you what it's like to have anxiety and giving you examples of how to be supportive of somebody who has anxiety. That's a big theme in this book. Also, organ transplant is also a big theme. Brianna's brother is awaiting a kidney transplant, and so there's another storyline that's a main theme within this book. And of course, we go through some misunderstandings, and we go through this really beautiful relationship, not only between Brianna and her brother, but also the relationship between Brianna and Jacob. Love this book. Sped through this one. I can't believe I have to wait so long before another book from Abby, but it's okay. I'll survive. But I loved it. And the last one that I cannot stop talking about, and I feel like I've been talking about it so much lately, is The Golden Spoon by Jessa Maxwell. This is her debut novel, and I cannot wait for more from her. This is so good. I would say this is a cozy mystery, and I'm not a huge cozy mystery person, but I feel like this was such a good balance between what I normally expect from some sort of mystery thriller and kind of a good gateway into the cozy mystery realm. So this follows a reality baking competition called Bake Week. And we start off in the story learning there is a murder. We don't know who or really what exactly happened, but we know someone was murdered. And then we kind of go back to the beginning of how they identified the contestants that are part of it. We have the point of view from each of the contestants that go to Bake Week, what their experience is, and it's broken up by the competition day. So it's like one day is bread, one day is cakes, whatever that might be. And that's how we go through the story. Such a fantastic book. I flew through this book. It was really, really great. So if you're a cozy mystery fan, I would highly recommend it. If you're just a mystery thriller fan like I am, still recommend it. Like I said, I feel like this is a really good gateway book into that cozy mystery realm. So it's like Great British Bake Off meets the game Clue, and they had a baby, as Kelsey from Essentially Booked would say. Totally stealing that line from her. So pick this up. It's awesome. It's also on audio, and I believe it's on Scribd from what I've been hearing. So get yourself a copy. I think that's all. Those are my 5 that I have. I have read a few more that are fantastic. But we're gonna leave it at those 5 because I've kind of been talking about them a little bit. So I think you probably know which ones I would also suggest. Drowning by TJ Newman, for sure. Anyways, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for us today with her 5 must-reads for this month that are new releases. Otherwise, comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye.